Alright my friends, how you all doing? Welcome back to the channel and welcome for the final time to FM22's The Hall of Famer. Yes, this is the final episode of the series. Well, I say that, if enough of you want it, I might do a little deep dive into the series as a one-off. So you can take a look at the players and stuff like that. But that's up to you. But as of right now, this is the last episode in the series. Linked above is part 2 of this final season. Feel free to go and check that one out before cracking on with this one. Now today, we're rounding off the Premier League. We're seeing if we've won yet another one of those titles. We're going to round off the Champions League. We're going to see if we've won another one of those titles. And we're also going to see what happened with England at the Euros. So let's do this. So first and foremost, let's see how the Premier League season finished. And if you're taking a look at that screen and you're seeing all of those greens, it suggests we've won another one. And you would probably be right. We're going to do West Ham first, and we're going to do England after. So let's take a look at how West Ham have finished off this series. So we pick it up after the EFL Cup final, and you will see in the month of March we played Crystal Palace and QPR in the Premier League. A 4-0 against Crystal Palace and a 4-2 against a 4-2 against QPR. Pereira has been the man of the moment for us in recent weeks. In the second leg against Juventus, we turned the tide. The 1-0 loss in the first leg was overturned by a 5-0 hammering in the second. G.O.A.T, Zikina, Wright, Pereira and Reece-Neal become the heroes on the day. We move into the month of April and we begin our Premier League with a 3-0 victory against Arsenal. We then come up against Everton and a disappointing 1-1 draw. West Bromwich Albion are up next, a 3-0 win, and then we come up against Leicester in a 5-2 victory. We then play Wolverhampton Wanderers in a 4-0 win, Facundo Ia with a brace in the game. In the month of April, we also played Manchester City and the first leg against Bayern. In the quarter-final, we played Man City, and it was a 3-0 over the two legs. A 2-0 in the first. One of the City players was sent off in the 85th minute, and then a 1-0 victory in the second leg, Pereira with the decider. In the first leg against Bayern Munich in this month, we lost by 2-1. A 92nd minute winner from, of all people, Simeon Novelay. We were actually 1-0 to the good in the game and let it slip. We moved into the month of May, and in the Premier League, we finished it with a 2-0 victory against Aston Villa, a 0-0 against Manchester City, and a 2-0 against Leeds. By Munich, we overturned the deficit. We turned the tide. It was a 2-0 victory, 3-2 on aggregate. We go through. Makoko with a 95th minute winner. You just can't make it up. So right now, we're going to watch that Champions League final. And after that, I'm going to show you the Premier League table. And then after that, we're going to deep dive what happened with England. And so here we go with the Champions League final. And we are taking on Roma, of all teams. And I've taken a look at Roma, and I can't work out how they've made it to the final. Their team isn't that good. I don't know how they've done it, but fair play. I'm just hoping that we can dominate the game now and make sure that when the time is up and when the final is over, two hands are on that trophy and we've won ourselves another Champions League, because the points at this stage for that race to the top of the Hall of Fame are very, very important. As you can see, early stages in the game, it's a bit of a snooze fest, just one shot apiece. But yeah, it's not the most amazing team that Roma have, and they've made it to the Champions League final. Fair play, not sure who their manager is, but they've done very, very well. And they're enjoying their time in Europe at the moment. As you can see, it's wet, it's breezy. It's not the nicest weather to play a Champions League final in. Neither team have really got going, and neither team are really playing all that well either. It's a bit of a struggle in the early stages of the game. But it's going along quite nicely. We're enjoying our time. And we're hoping by the time that the final whistle is blown, we will be Champions League winners once again. Marvellous Sabanda has picked up a yellow card, as has Ferreira for Roma. The first half has flown by and neither team has really done much with it, and that is a bit of a concern, to be honest with you. We're nearly at the 40-minute mark and the game is nearly almost halfway done. Obviously goes to extra time and penalties should the teams need it. First real highlight of the game, it goes the way of Roma, but we have cut the ball out of Chinakov into Sakina. He tries to find Makoko, but the pass is loose. Roma are going to break into Mehmet. It's now into Hannibal, who breaks through, and his shot is terrible, and it goes wide of the mark. As you can see, the team is Cruz, Diabate, Alfonso, Overton, Ovchinnikov, Sakina, Samina, Kabamba, Sabanda, and Makoko. A few injuries going into the final. That's kind of affected us a little bit, to be honest with you. Half time, nothing's happened. Absolute snooze fest. West Ham have been poor, as have Roma, to be fair. We're going to be bringing Perea on the right hand side. I'm going to play him as a winger to start, but I really didn't think that Samina had done too much in the game. Andre Gomez, though, he passes out to Diabate, and West Ham are going to hope to make something happen from the back. Perea goes back to Cruz, ball over the top, it's into Makoko, and that's a great piece of defensive display by the defender there. Really good block and saves his goalkeeper. It's Overton now with the throw-in. Sabanda Zakina back to Overton. He's driving on through. It's really good stuff. Oh, and Kabamba's come wide. Maybe the chance has gone. It definitely has, as Ovchinnikov's shot goes wide of the mark. The shot count is pretty even though. Roma just can't get their shots on target. Not really troubling the keeper, but it's not a good final as things stand for both teams. Neither are playing all that well, and this is supposed to be the grandest stage of them all as far as European football is concerned. 1 hour in the game has gone. Not long left in the fixture. We're into the final third, ladies and gentlemen. Perea is going to go to an inside forward on attack, and hopefully that's going to give us some more attacking options as we try to march on up the football pitch and grab ourselves the winning goal. Ovchinnikov now finds Perea. Perea goes wide into Cruz. It's back to Perea. He's driving forward. It's into Makoko now. Into Kabamba. Back to Makoko. The shot is tame and it's saved by the goalkeeper. Starting to frustrate the West Ham strikers are the defence of Roma, sitting in firm, not conceding the goal. West Ham and Roma, though, pretty evenly matched, and that's the biggest surprise, to be honest with you. West Ham have been electric most of the season. Always the king of the comeback, always got a goal in them, but Roma are managing to contain this team. Rolls it out to Alfonso, he comes into Sabanda, into Overton now, who tries to drive past the fullback and doesn't quite have the legs to do so. The ball comes back to Roma. They're building up for the midfield. Really good cut out from Perea, though, into Ovchinnikov. Comes back out to the right side and inside forward. He finds Perea again. He's driving at them. He cuts it back. It's Makoko's header and it's over the bar. West Ham are getting closer. 20 minutes to go in the game. There's still all to play for both teams. Who is going to be the team lifting it at the end? Roma are through, and it's a good save from Andre Gomez, who keeps his hands on it. We managed to make some changes. We're going very attacking. Sabanda is not playing all that well. We're going to go with Perea out on the left-hand side. Moving and shaking things around. Who are we going to bring on? It is going to be Reece Neal. We're going to go Kabamba out on that right-hand side. We're going to go to a winger on support. We're going to go to a winger on attack on the other side. Reece Neal, hopefully, is going to be the man to save the day. Sabanda had a disappointing game. It's not like him, especially on the big stage, especially in the big finals. With just 15 minutes to go in the game, it's still anyone's for the taking. Shot count is equal. Roma have made changes. Do we need to combat it? That's what we're looking at. It's a tense time in the final, this one. But yeah, we've got one more thing to go after this, and that is to take a look at England. We're going to see what's happened with them at international level. 0-0 still, though. Not long to go. Is there a winner in it in normal time? The ball comes out to Reece Neal. It's into Makoko now. He drives through. Reece Neal is on it. Reece Neal's through. Oh, he's in the inside of the post. Reece Neal. Oh, he anticipated it. He's so unlucky. And it's still 0-0 somehow. Reece Neal has to put that away. Looks like there's going to be a free kick to West Ham. Edge of the box. And Makoko! It's an unbelievable free kick. It's a game-changing free kick. And is it the latest, greatest thing that Makoko has done for West Ham Football Club? Has he won them? Has he won them the game? Has he won them the Champions League? As Bundu comes on, Perea goes up top. We take Makoko off. Energy levels are low. 3 minutes added on. G.O.A.T comes wide. Roma now on the football. That's really good from Kabambado to win it. And he feeds it through to Neil. And he's through again. Can he do it? No, he can't. It's phenomenal defending. He's still got the ball somehow. He gives it away. It's poor in the end. Ball over the top. Nothing's going to come of this. Just moments to go in the game. Roma with a free kick. Roma trying to attack now. West Ham are still going for it. Still gunning for another Champions League title. That's a brilliant crossfield pass. Ball comes in. Is well dealt with from the defender. G.O.A.T, a beast at the back. Is still there. Overton this time heads out. Defending with everything they've got. Roma coming again. He's through. He's going to shoot. Oh, what a save from Andre Gomez. I don't know if he needed to make it, but he gets a fingertip on there. Seconds to go in the game. It's Roma again. Is there one last throw of the dice in this final of the Champions League? It's a throw into Roma. And that's a really good play from Bundu. He passes it up the line into Reece Neal. Counter-attack is on. Oh, Reece Neal gives it away. It's poor from Reece Neal. The counter-attack was definitely on. The ball goes out of play. We're well into injury time now. Over the allotted time. Overton with the throw-in. Surely the whistle's going to go soon, as it's being controlled by West Ham now. And there you have it. West Ham have won another Champions League trophy. And so there you have it. A 1-0 victory against Roma means we win the Champions League once again. An unbelievable effort from West Ham, and that's vital points for that Hall of Fame list that's going to be revealed at the end. The Premier League table, though, it finished like this season. Top of the table and our second unbeaten season. 32 wins, 6 draws. That's 102 points on the board. Yusufa Makoko unbelievably finished with 24 goals in the season. He really hammered home some electric form towards the end of the season. Sabanda's form completely fell off a cliff. Nowhere to be seen, as you could see. But really, really good stuff. We even ended up with 21 clean sheets, which isn't bad for a team that couldn't defend for the majority of the year. I just want to quickly show you the stages in the Premier League. 108 goals scored in this season. But that weren't our best season. If we go back, 104, 115, 116, we were quite a formidable force in the Premier League. I've absolutely loved my time with West Ham, and especially in the Premier League. And as you can see, with that win, we've matched Manchester City's 8 in a row. What a phenomenal time, eh? What a phenomenal time. In the Champions League, we've dominated it. Absolutely dominated it. And then if we look at the UEFA Super Cup, we've dominated that too. Yes, we've lost one in there, but we've still dominated. We've been very good in the FA Cup, as you can see, with quite a few FA Cup wins. If you look at the Carabao Cup, nobody comes close. It's West Ham through and through. It's the West Ham Cup, is what they call it these days. The FA Community Shield pretty much dominated that as well. We've basically turned the domestic division into West Ham United's division. It's been a top time. Now West Ham are finished. We move on to England. So first and foremost, I want to show you the team that I picked for the Euros, and this is it. And a lot of it you're not going to understand. You're not going to know what they're like. You're not going to know what they look like. But this is the team. This are the band of brothers I took to the Euros. And I'm going to show you how it went in a moment. But as you can see, Simitos made it. Nicholas Rice made it. Rashid Bundu made it. Reece Neal made it. Sabanda made it. You might be thinking, have you just picked all the players that you own? No, there's some players in here that I absolutely love. Tom Overton, he made it. They're just an unbelievable team. They really have been. Here's a tactic that I've gone with as well. I wanted to prove that I could do it with a different tactic as well. I wanted to prove that I could change things up and I could potentially do well with England. And this is the tactic I've been using. Does it leave us a bit short at the back? Maybe. Do we concede the odd goal? Yes. But do we score? We score plenty. And this is how the championship went. So if I was to go to the fixtures, this is how it's gone. Ignore the friendlies, especially the Anguilla one. That was just to get form up and just to get a bit of morale in the camp. But the group stage, we had Poland, Slovakia and Switzerland. And in the first game, we won it by 3-0. A really convincing win. Bellingham got us going. Graham Windsor with the second and Jack Colvin in a 91st minute decider. And then Slovakia were up next. A 4-3 in this game. A real surprise, to be honest with you. Slovakia really hit the ground running and nearly hurt us. But you're going to see Nicholas Wright, Reece Neal, Chan Chun Fai, they all scored goals. We were actually really struggling in the game. We were 3-1 down at one point, but a 47th minute penalty and then that equaliser on the 82nd minute really gave us something. 92nd minute, Chan Chun Fai, what a guy, scores the winner. We then come up against Switzerland and the same thing happened again. Yeah, the tactics open, but it's exciting. And this is what the fans want to see. Switzerland, absolutely flying in the game, just as we were. We had Peter Vernon, Chan Chun Fai, Marvellous Sabanda, all with goals. It was 3-3. Then an own goal in the 84th minute. It cost Switzerland. We go through 100% in the group stage. Then what happens next? It's the old enemy. It's Germany. In the second round, I was bricking it. They're such a good team. They've got unbelievable talent. But England, look at what England did. They went 1-0 up. We drew level 1-1. We went 2-1 up. They drew level 2-2. But Tom Williams, the hero in extra time on the 105th minute, scores a goal and he sends us through to the quarterfinals. And we knocked out the world number ones and the favourites for the tournament. We move on to the quarterfinals. It's the Czech Republic up next. And this is easy. We make it look easy. The game's done in first half. Jack Colvin, Marvellous Sabanda, Peter Vernon all scoring that first half. Sabanda gets himself a 78th minute goal as well. It's 4-0 and into the semi-final we go. And who should we meet? We meet that team that we met in the Nations League final. That one where we got our first international trophy. I was worried, but we won the game. Peter Vernon and an Harvey Elliott brace sees us win 3-1 and we go through to the final and we take on Russia. And this is how it went. And so here we go. For the final time, I am commentating on a game. And this one, it's the European Cup final. England take on Russia. Let's see how this one plays out. What a career. What a career. And what a way to end it. If we win this, we retire. And we get to sail off into the sunset as potentially one of the best managers to ever do it. Obviously, I will be revealing the Hall of Fame after this game. Elliott, that's a ball. It's a poor free kick, to be fair, and it is cut out. And now Russia on the break, as I'm not going to try and say all their names because that would just be disastrous. Elliott, though, wins it into Chan Chun Fai. He drives forward. It's into Chan Chun Fai again. He's through and he scores and he repays his faith again. I've absolutely loved using him up top. He plays for Celtic. He scores week in, week out, and he's scoring for England as well. It's 1-0 to the Three Lions. And am I going to be the man that changes England's fate? Are we finally going to win a major international tournament? The first time since '66. The perennial underachievers. Yes, we're playing out of formation. We're playing out of positions, but that's just because of the formation I'm playing, the weird and wacky formation I've been using, and it's been working an absolute treat. There's goals in the team, but we do concede the odd 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 every now and then. Anyway, as you can see, the team I've gone with is Bursic, Brannan, we've got Vernon, Livramento, Overton, there's lots more. Ball in. Oh, it's a brilliant save from the goalkeeper. Great header from the defender. They drive forward now. There actually had to be a bit of rotation in the final because fitness and an injury as well. Sabanda went down, struggling, so not been able to play in the final, which is gutting because he's been excellent in the formation and in the tournament for us. But yeah, there's a big amount of rotation for this final. Russia now on the football. Ball over the top. That's really good. It's into Ovchinnikov. Of all players, it's Pavel Ovchinnikov. He's come back to haunt me on the international stage. Oh, he's a standout player for me at West Ham. And now he haunts me at international level. And it's drawn level. It's 1-1. And England are back to the drawing board in typical England fashion. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles for this national team, isn't it? As you can see, Windsor is not having a good game. It's a torrid time for him. Livramento as well at the back. Reece Neal, Bellingham, Elliott, Williams, Chan Chun Fai. That completes the lineup. As you can see, they're suggesting substitutions already because of the energy levels, and I'm going to tell them it's just not good enough. It really isn't. I've not been happy. We're going to bring both those players off, Nicholas Wright and Brennan. We're completely changing that right-hand side of the team. Both are underperforming and both energy levels pretty low as well. It's now going to be Russia on the football again. It's Ovchinnikov. Good ball from him. Tidy footballer for the national team, as he is us by the looks of things. But there's a good press here by England, pressing the football, pushing them up the football pitch, pushing them back to their goalkeeper. That's what I like to see. Ball over the top though, and that's poor defending. They've just let him go. What a tackle from Brennan Fell. He had to get that right. If he gets it wrong, it's game over. Russia are going to have a man sent off in the final. Glebov has gone. A second yellow card for a torrid tackle on Tom Overton, left back. So that has now put the ball in England's court firmly. Hopefully we can get this done now. Not long to go in the game. We're about to hit the hour mark very, very shortly. On top of it, as you can see with the shot count, they're still dominating the possession, which is a real surprise to me considering they're a man down. But that might just have something to do with the formation and the style of play, to be honest with you. I've completely changed the way I wanted to do things with this England team. They just couldn't play the way I wanted them to with the formation I used with West Ham. So we had to change things up. I had to get goals in the team, and it's Chen Chun Fai once again. What a goal from the striker. It's 2-1 to England, and what a player. He was eligible to play for China. They didn't take him, we took him. Love him. England hero as things stand with 20 minutes to go. We potentially might need to make some more substitutions. We're taking a look at what's going on with the Russian team. But yeah, we have got some energy level issues. But we are definitely going to have that at this stage. We brought Jack Colvin on to play in that attacking midfield area. Harvey Elliott made way. One of the standout players of the tournament, Harvey Elliott. It does have to be said. Really, really good for us, even at 32 years of age. Jude Bellingham, it has to be said as well. A nod to him, controlling the midfield with Reece Neal for the duration of this championship. England have dominated the final, especially after the sending off. It's really, really helped England, to be fair. And they are heading. They are very much heading to lifting this trophy, their first major trophy since 1966. It's not a World Cup, but it is a European Championship, and I, as a proud Englishman, will happily take it. I will lift this trophy with my team. We will enjoy it with the nation as we come forward again. Overton driving forward, back to Williams. Into Reece Neal. We come wide into Brennan. He's on the ball. We're looking after it. He goes for the cross. It doesn't come off. It's still us. Not long to go in the game. Really good football. Really good football. Oh, we hit the crossbar late on. What an effort. What a hit. And it just won't nestle in the back of the net. Under 20 seconds to go in the game. And we've given it away. But we look after it. We win it back. The man advantage is paying dividend at the moment. They're going to get the ball back with no time to go. And England have done it. England break the curse. They win an international tournament, a proper. I don't count the National League. It's a friendly tournament, but this one is a real one. And we are going to watch the captain lift that trophy proudly above his head. Let the confetti rain. That's the Hall of Fame. Done and dusted. And with that, we won the Euros. And I should have stated, before that final was played and before a ball was kicked, that was the 800th game I'd managed in my career on this save. What a way to sign out. 800 games and we win the European Championship. An unbelievable effort. We dominated the game. How was it even so close? Ovchinnikov, one of my own players, nearly coming back and costing me. But what a performance from England. And I finally broke the hoodoo. We finally won something with the national team. And with that 800th game and with that win, we toppled Pep Guardiola. We toppled Sir Alex Ferguson. And then finally, the third time of asking of doing this series, I've finally become number one on the Hall of Fame, the greatest of all time. It only took 12 domestic divisions, 11 domestic cups, 12 other trophies and 2 international trophies to finish with a grand total of 5,847 points. That, my friends, is how you do the Hall of Fame. And so there you have it, my friends. We have finished this fantastic Football Manager series. I'm aware that the last few seasons have been really condensed and maybe not how you would have liked to have seen the series played out. But it was the only way I was going to be able to do it. I don't upload this series daily like some of the Football Manager content creators. But I do feel like this series is really fitting for the way that I did it in those last few years. It would have been boring just watching West Ham dominate season after season. Instead, you got to see it in bite-sized chunks, and you got to see some fantastic football and some of the fantastic tactics, some of the fantastic players that we signed. Now, my friends, like I've already said, feel free to let me know if you'd like to see one more episode, a proper breakdown of everything that we managed to do during the course of the series. I've absolutely loved it, and I want to thank every single person that has joined me for the ride. Football Manager's going nowhere on the channel. Do keep your eyes peeled for when FM23 drops. I'm going to be doing a main long-term series and I'm going to be doing a bunch of short-term series in this sort of format going forward. So feel free to subscribe to the channel for more Football Manager content as and when it comes out, and drop a like on this video if you've enjoyed it. But for the final time, goodbye from the Hall of Famer. Stay safe, stay humble, salute you all, and I'll see you on the next Football Manager adventure.